Hi guys, today I'm doing a product review video on one of my most coveted kitchen appliances, and that is my pressure cooker. This is my third pressure cooker. This one is by Magic Mill, and I got this one in last week. This is the one I'm reviewing. This is my older one. It's a Nesco, and I love this pressure cooker. It's been a really good pressure cooker. But as you can see, this one is quite a bit bigger. This is a 6-quart and this is an 8-quart. So you can tell by, you can see the difference in sizes between these. So I just wanted to have my old one up here to show you the difference between the 6-quart and the 8-quart. And another thing on the 6-quart, I don't know if you can tell, but the lettering on the vent thing here is all wore off, and it's hard to tell if it's on seal or vent. So you kind of got to play around with it every time you use it. I mean, I do use it a lot. So so this is my new one, and again, this is by Magic Mill. Has a really heavy lid on it. On the lid, it has, instead of having the words on the actual part where the steam comes out, it's actually on the lid itself, which I think I like a little bit better. So it has the exhaust and the airtight, and my other one says vent and seal, so same thing, just different wording. And then this is what the inside looks like. And these pieces all, like this little rubber piece comes off, this part comes off, so you can clean all these. And this is your rubber gasket. This comes right off. And one thing that was nice about this one is it came with an extra seal, an extra rubber gasket. And like what I said earlier, this is my third pressure cooker. My first one I purchased on QVC. It was a Cook's Essential pressure cooker, and I love QVC, and I really like Cook's Essentials products, but it was an absolute nightmare trying to get one of these gaskets to fit that specific pressure cooker. It was an absolute nightmare. So it's really nice that this one comes with an extra one, so I don't have to worry about that for quite a while, because they do last quite a while. So anyways, I'll show you what comes in this. You get two of these little stands. So you can put, one a little bit higher than the other. So if you have something that, you have like veggies under here and you don't want, everything on the bottom, or you one that's a little bit lower. So it comes with both of those. This little stand, which I believe, I didn't read the instructions, but I'm pretty sure that it's made to go like this, and then you can put like your chicken or your turkey right on top of it. So this goes in the turkey or the chicken, and it can stand up straight into your pressure cooker. I believe that's what it's for. And of course your cord. And then it came with a couple little of these utensil things, like little spoon spatula thingy. It has it's like raised dots on it. So I haven't really figured out what that's exactly for, but it came with that. And then let me get it out of here. This little cup, this little plastic cup. And this was in it. So I'm really not even sure exactly what these were for. I know this is just a measuring cup. But these I'm not exactly sure what they're for. I'll have to look into that later. And then again, this is the inside of the pressure cooker. It's a nice stainless steel. My other one, grab it over here, show you the difference. My other one was nonstick. And this one actually got really scratched. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but it has a lot of scratches on it. I use this a whole lot, my pressure cooker. As you can see, that's what my non-stick one looks like. And this one is just a stainless bowl, and I really, really like this. And as you can see, it's a lot bigger. I can probably fit my old one inside of it easily. So that's what this one looks like. And then, of course, the inside of the pressure cooker itself. That's what that looks like. So today I'm actually going to be making my grandma's recipe for chicken soup. It's a really amazing recipe, so I'm really excited to make it my new pressure cooker. But I just want to show you really quickly all of the settings that you have on the pressure cooker. It has a preset time, so you can delay it if you wanted to. You can set it. There's a setting just for soup, a setting just for meat, a setting for poultry. You can steam foods in it, like your veggies or whatever. There's a steam button. You can saute in this, so you can like brown your meat if you need to. If you're making like a roast, you can brown the meat really quickly, and then you can do what you need to do with it. There's a slow cook button, so you can actually use this like a slow cooker, like a crock pot. So it'll work as a slow cooker as well. And that works good with the saute. Like I said, if you're making like a pot roast, you can saute your meat really quickly, brown it, and then you can add all of your other ingredients and put it on slow cook and then let it cook throughout the day. Then there's a warm button. So when it's done, it will go to warm. So when the timer's up, it'll continue to keep your food warm. There's a rice button. So you can use this as a rice cooker, which is really awesome. There's a porridge button. I really don't know if I would ever use that button. I've never made porridge or never had porridge in my entire life. So I'm really surprised to see a porridge button. I don't know, a little odd. Then there's a beans button, which again, I find it a little odd that there's a button just for beans. So I'll have to read the book and see exactly what those two buttons do exactly. And then there's a dessert button. Like if you wanted to bake something in here, you could bake your dessert in here as well. You can even do a cake, or you could bake, you could also bake like a loaf of bread in here. Believe it or not, you can. So there's a lot of settings on here. And of course you put your time that you want. When I make my grandma's chicken soup, she used to spend hours and hours and hours letting it simmer on the stove, cook on the stove all day long. And in this, all I would do, I put it on high heat and I set it for 65 minutes and excuse me, and then I'm done. So, and then it's ready to eat. So I love my pressure cooker. It saves me so much time. And the food comes out just absolutely delicious. So today I'm going to be making my soup, and I'll come back in a little bit and show you all the ingredients I have in it, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, actually I wasn't going to just show you the whole entire recipe on my video, but I figured I would share my grandma's amazing chicken soup recipe on the video. This one has meatballs in it. I don't roll up the meatballs, I just put the meat in there, but I'll show you how I do that in a minute. So right now I have almost 2 pounds of ground beef in my mixer. I'm going to add some salt. A little pepper, a little black pepper. A little garlic powder. A little bit of mint flakes. And a whole bunch of Italian seasoning. Not a whole bunch, but you know, like maybe a couple tablespoons. And then, oh, that was Italian seasonings. I meant to grab my parsley. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, so here's my parsley, and I put in quite a bit of parsley too, probably another couple of tablespoons. I don't measure anything. Grandma never measured anything, so I don't measure anything either. And my breadcrumbs. I would say about a cup of breadcrumbs. And then your eggs. I'm gonna take this off real quick. I'm gonna put in 5 eggs. 1. Alright, so there's my 5 eggs. Put the paddle attachment back on. And then I'm just going to mix it all up really good. Okay, so I already have my my meatball mixture in another bowl over here. I had it mixing in my stand mixer. So that is for my meatball mixture. So now in my pressure cooker, I'm going to put in 2 bags of these little mini carrots. We like a lot of carrots in our chicken soup. It's yummy. So spread that out in the bottom. And then I'm going to put in 1 little can of tomato sauce. Pour that in there. And again, that was just like a little can of tomato sauce. I'm going to add some salt. Some black pepper. A little bit of garlic powder. Some mint flakes. A little bit of parsley. A little bit of Italian seasoning. And that's it for the spices. Now I'm going to add a little bit of water. Don't add a whole lot of water in to begin with. Just give it a good stir so that the sauce and the seasonings all mix up with the carrots. And what my grandma used to do is she would get chicken pieces. She would get a whole chicken but in pieces, like the legs and the breast and the thighs, and she would put them all in right in the soup on the stove. And she would also put in a whole onion and celery, which I don't add that. I don't add the onion or the celery. I just don't think it needs it. And what I do, instead of putting in the chicken pieces and letting them cook just like that, I have a whole chicken here. And I do not put it in just like this, because when Grandma used to come over with a big pot of soup, she'd be like, oh, be careful of the bones, because the chicken would fall off the bones and then there would be bones in your soup. You have to watch what you're eating. So what I do is I have this cheesecloth. I'm going to wrap my chicken up in this cheesecloth. So it's just like that. And give it a twist in the top. So all my chicken, my whole chicken is right there. I'm going to lay it right into the soup. Get it in there. I just have it over the edge like this just for now. So my chicken is in there, my whole chicken. And now I'm going to add my meat mixture. This is my meat mixture that I mixed up in my, my stand mixer. It has Hamburg, all of the seasonings you saw me just put in, 5 eggs, and some breadcrumbs. So normally what Grandma would do is she would roll all of the meatballs, you know, regular meatballs, and put them in the soup. I don't go through all that bother. Because it just doesn't matter to me if they're in a ball or not. So I just line the top with my meat mixture all around my chicken. So it gets in there with the broth and everything. So it sits there just like this. Now I'm going to add a little bit more water. Right on top. And at this part, this cheesecloth, you can actually cut it if you want, or you can just roll it up into a ball. It's not going to hurt anything at all as cheesecloth. It's okay to be in your food. So I'm just going to set it just like that. And that's all I'm going to do to the actual recipe. Now I'm going to put my lid on. Okay, so all of my ingredients are in it. My cheesecloth with my chicken in it is here in the center. And I just have the cheesecloth in the center there. So I have my lid. Make sure the lid is, the gasket inside of the lid is secure. You want to make sure it's nice and tight. Make sure you have that little rubber thing there, or else it will not get airtight. And you just set the lid on. And right here it says open. And you want to set it to close. So now it's closed. And then on this side, bring it up here. On this side, you want to make sure instead of being on exhaust that you have it on airtight. So that's on airtight. The lid is closed. On my other pressure cookers, I was always able to choose how long I wanted it to cook. This one doesn't give me that option. I mean, it does, but it doesn't, because I wanted to do my soup and I wanted it for 65 minutes because there's a whole chicken in there, and it will not let me go up to 65. It only lets me, oops, cancel. It only lets me go up to, I think it was 35, and then it goes back down to 15. So we'll do 35 minutes and we'll see how it turns out. As you can see, it just started, it just clicked, and now it's going to start building up the pressure inside of the pressure cooker, and then it'll cook my food for 35 minutes, and then it will release all the steam inside of it, all the pressure inside of it, and then it will switch over to warm until I open it. So I'll be back to show you what it looks like. Okay, so the pressure cooker is done. It's on warm. The light is on where it says warm. So I'm just going to give it a twist on the lid and open it up. And that is what it looks like. And it looks really, really good. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab a pair of tongs because these are so hot. And I'm going to pull out the chicken. And I'm going to pull the chicken out, put it on a plate, and then I'm going to debone the chicken. And then I'm going to break up all of this meat that you see on top, the meatball meat. And then I'm going to put the chicken in after I've deboned the chicken and then give it all a mix up. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I just broke up all of the meat that was in here. For the most part, there's still a couple big pieces in there that I just need to break up. But for the most part, the meat is all broken up. And I deboned all of the chicken, so this is all of the chicken meat. And I'm just going to pour this right in here. And stir it again. And I'm just going to let this keep simmering, or whatever it's doing. It's on warm. So I'm going to put the lid on and let it sit like this for a while until my rice is done cooking. You can put this over rice, or you can put it over like egg noodles or whatever you want. Sometimes we use egg noodles, but most of the time we put it over rice. So I have rice cooking on the stove right now, and as soon as that's done, I'm going to pour myself a bowl. I'll be right back. Okay, so I just finished making my rice, and I have a little bowl of my rice here. And what you have left is all just the awesome chicken broth, the carrots, the pieces of chicken, and the meatball pieces. Get a little broth in there. And this soup, this is truly like tummy warming, comfort food soup. This is one of my grandmother's most famous recipes out of the whole family. If you tell them what they miss the most, other than her spaghetti sauce and lasagna, they'll say her chicken soup. So this was her recipe for chicken soup, and it is absolutely delicious, and I hope you try the recipe. And again, I just want to point out that my review was actually on the pressure cooker itself. Just scroll down here. So I thought this pressure cooker did a really awesome job. I was a little bit concerned because I couldn't go up to the 65 minutes like I did on my other one, but I chose the soup button and I went up to the max that it allowed for soup, and it was 35 minutes. And in 35 minutes, my soup came out perfect. Everything was cooked all the way through, and it's just an amazing, the soup came out amazing. So far, I'm absolutely loving this Magic Mill pressure cooker. I'm so glad I have it. Now I can make even bigger batches of soup than I ever did before. I would definitely recommend the Magic Mill. I'll be posting a link on my blog letting you know where you can purchase this. You can get it on Amazon, which is my favorite place to shop. So thanks for watching.